Niko and the Heavy Canoe, a story about letting go of what holds you back. Sometimes we carry things we do not need. When we learn to let go of what weighs us down, the journey becomes much easier. In a beautiful Polynesian village, beside the sea, lived a young boy named Niko. Niko loved adventures. Every evening he sat on the beach, watching a small green island far across the lagoon. Palm trees swayed in the breeze. White birds circled above it. The island looked like a treasure waiting to be discovered. One day, Niko pointed toward it and said, I am going there. The next morning, Niko pulled his canoe down to the water. He packed a bottle of fresh water. He packed some fruit. He packed a small lunch. Then he stopped. What if I get hungry? He added another basket of food. What if I get tired? He added a wooden chair. What if my paddle breaks? He added 3 extra paddles. What if it rains? He added a large blanket. What if something goes wrong? He added even more supplies. Soon the canoe was overflowing, but Niko felt safer. With a grin, he pushed off the shore, or at least he tried to. The canoe barely moved. Niko pushed harder. Nothing. He paddled. Nothing. The canoe sat low in the water like a sleeping turtle. Nearby, an elderly fisherman named Tui watched from beneath a coconut tree. He smiled. Having trouble, Niko? My canoe won't move, Niko groaned. Tui walked over and looked inside. That's because you're trying to carry the whole village with you. Niko laughed, then looked down. The canoe really was full. But what if I need all this? Niko asked. Tui picked up one of the extra baskets. Will you eat all of this today? Probably not. Tui set it aside. The canoe rose a little. Then he picked up the wooden chair. Planning to build a living room out there? Niko giggled. No. The chair came out. The canoe rose a little higher. Then came the extra paddles, the giant blanket, the extra supplies. Piece by piece, bit by bit, the canoe became lighter and lighter and lighter. Soon only the things Niko truly needed remained. Water, lunch, one paddle, and courage. Niko climbed back in. This time when he paddled, the canoe glided smoothly across the lagoon. The water sparkled beneath the sun. Flying fish leapt from the sea. The wind danced across the waves. Niko smiled. The journey suddenly felt easy. Halfway across the lagoon, he thought about all the things he had removed. The extra food, the extra paddles, the chair, the supplies. And he realized something. The heavy things were never about moving him forward. They were slowing him down. By afternoon, Niko reached the island. He jumped into the sand and laughed with joy. He explored the beach, climbed the rocks, watched seabirds soar overhead, and as the sun began to set, he sat beneath the palm tree thinking about his journey. When he returned home, Tui was waiting on the shore. Did you find treasure? The old fisherman asked. Niko smiled. I did. What was it? Niko looked at his canoe, then at the ocean, then back at Tui. I learned that sometimes we carry things we don't need. Tui nodded. That is a treasure many people spend their whole lives trying to find. That night, Niko sat outside his home watching the stars appear. The island was still there, but now it seemed closer somehow. Not because the island had moved, but because Niko had learned something important. When we let go of what weighs us down, we can go much farther than we ever imagined.